Hello, I'm Vanessa. I write 1920s cozy mysteries as a Vanessa, and I like writing with friends. And today I'm lucky to be joined by three wonderful writing friends, AJ, Jo, and Gemma. And we're going to do one writing sprint today and have a little bit of chat on either side. So just to kick things off, I might just hand over to you, Gemma, to introduce yourself, and then
Hi.
find out a bit more about you.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Hi, I'm Gemma Johns, and I am an author of contemporary women's fiction primarily. And yeah, I'm working on my new novel today, one of my new novels. So very excited to be progressing that, which I did it 2 weeks ago.
Excellent.
Over to AJ.
My name's AJ Blythe, and I write Australian set mysteries. The one I'm writing at the moment is set between Canberra in the ACT and the Bunya Mountains in Queensland. And Joe.
Oh, thanks, AJ. My name is Jo McAlister, and I write dark serial killer romance. And the particular one that I'm writing at the moment is an enemies to lovers dark serial killer romance.
Can't wait to read this. You know, it's my favorite trope. Enemies to lovers is my favorite. Oh dear. Okay. So, before we kick off our sprint, I thought it might just be interesting to hear what everyone's biggest challenges have been this week with their writing. You want to kick us off, Gemma?
Yeah, sure. I haven't done any writing
No,
this
there you
week.
go.
And I think for me, I've been on a holiday, so I've had no challenges other than I've come back from holiday and then on that sort of wheel of momentum with schools, with kids, and with work. So life's been really busy since I got back, but really looking forward to today's sprints to progress things. It kind of keeps me on track. So hopefully, if you're joining along with us at home, you also find the motivation, I guess, or momentum. I was wanting to use both words to keep going because for me, I find that they're really motivating.
Excellent.
AJ?
So time has probably been the biggest struggle this week, and my own headspace. Just I've been struggling with a little bit that I'm working on at the moment in the story, and you just start doubting yourself a bit. You kind of go, why can't I get this bit to work? It's not sounding right, So yeah, that's probably been the hardest bit, and then just finding the time to sit down.
Um, I'll just talk a little bit about my challenges, which have just been to try and look like I've only done sort of one session, and I've really been struggling to know if I'm in the right point of view. So, like, the whole time I'm doing it, I'm wondering if it's the right point of view for this particular scene, but I'm still going to keep going until I've finished it. But that's been my biggest just challenge and trying to work through that.
The best way for working that out that I heard at a conference was who has the most to lose in the scene.
Oh, I like that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
whoever that is, that's the person's point of view that you need to be in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks, AJ. Yeah.
For me, I think also time. I've had a super busy week in my day job, and it's made having that headspace in the time I normally allocate for writing a little bit harder. So normally I write in the mornings and in the evenings, and when I've had a really heavy mental load day, it makes it just a bit harder to get back into my fictional world. Um, but I think story-wise, my biggest challenge at the moment is just making sure that the plot works. And I just get a bit frustrated because I really want to get into the character edit, but I know I need to do the story edit first. So I'm nearly there, and hopefully I can make some good progress in the sprint this morning. In just making sure that all those bits and pieces that are essential to a mystery are there. I know that you probably can relate to that most of all, AJ.
Yeah, totally. Because I'm the same. Yeah, yeah. You sort of want to itch to get to the good bit, but you got to do the not so good bit first.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Speaking of getting to the good bit, how about we get started?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on, let me just share my screen. Okay, and I'll start the timer and let's crack on. we're done. I got a little bit of this and a little bit of that done in that sprint. How'd everyone else go?
Yeah, I think that I am nearly written my way out of the tough spot I'd got myself into. So, yeah, so it was pretty slow, not a lot of words, but they were important words. So hopefully it'll come easier after this.
Yeah, yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, just need to
that's
get
so
that
good.
kickstart, don't you? Yeah. How about you, Jo?
Oh, sorry,
Sorry.
Jimmy, you go. You were
Yeah.
about to say.
Oh, I was just going to say I managed to get 500, just over 500 words done, which wasn't what I did the last time. I was nearly like, oh, no, actually, it was probably about the same. So that was progressing pretty well. Overall, I'm pretty happy. I started writing a new character because it's a new novel, and I'm not so convinced about her character arc. So I found her a little harder to write than the last character because I've got 4 main characters in my book. The first character that I wrote last sprint or 2 sprints ago was really easy to write. This, she just fell onto the page. This one I'm sort of trying to work out.
Yeah.
Jo?
Yeah, so I also, I didn't get too many words onto the page because I was just editing that chapter. So I probably just got about 300 words, but the changes that I was making, just the little edits, mean that this scene, which is very physical, it's like a fight scene, so there's just a lot of tweaking with the words to make sure that who's down on the ground, who's up now, and where are people's hands and legs and all of that kind of thing. So a lot of continuity checking, I guess, which is always important in that kind of scene.
Yeah. Yes, continuity checking for me too, but not of that kind. Because I'm writing book 3 in my series. I'm needing to sort of just refer back to the previous book because I need to make sure that particular rooms are where I had originally said they were in book 2 because I don't want that to suddenly become vastly different. So I think I'm going to get my daughter, who is a illustrator and graphic designer, to do a map of the house for me, and then that will be something I can give away as a bonus as well. She's done some great character art that is going to be part of this book once it gets launched. So I think a map of the house might be nice for readers, but also very helpful for me too.
I always have to draw the houses and things like that. I've even, for my cozy, got a whole town drawn,
Oh,
just
wow.
so that I can work out where everything is and timings and all of that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. You should have a look at Tanya Kappa's free Patreon. She
Okay.
she has her Campers and Criminals series, and it's set in a Kentucky small town, and she is now expanding that world to write a second series in that town, and she's inviting all of her followers to help design the town.
Oh, that
So
is
they're like
cool.
they're naming the shops and the colors and where everything should be, and it's just amazing, just so much fun.
Yeah.
I would love to do that for another series. I'm thinking about how to do that. I want
That's
to write an
cute.
Australian series next, so maybe I can do that.
I've
What's she doing? Oh, sorry. Here you go. You go, AJ.
I was gonna say I've always done it, and this is the first time I haven't done it because I'm using real locations and I've always made it up before. So this is
Right.
different
Okay.
for me this time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gemma.
No, that's all right. I was just going to ask Ava, what's she doing to get the feedback? Is it sort of just like on her socials? Is she using a particular, like, how is she getting people to create the world?
Yeah, so she
Is it
has she does most of her socials on her Patreon now. So she has a
Yeah.
free level, and then she also has paid tiers. And sort of depending on what tier you're on, but I think she's doing most of it on the free tier. You can vote in polls, and you can leave feedback, and I know she has Zoom calls with her readers as well. She's amazing.
Oh wow.
But yeah, I just thought, what a fun thing to do. Like, just on your own, it's fun to do, but then to do it with readers as well, it's just such a cool idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, got to get the book finished first before I detour
The
into all
problem,
these
isn't
things.
it?
Yeah.
Like personally, I
Before we
find that
get
like
too
really
excited.
hard because I work in marketing. I've always got all these marketing ideas, and then I'm having to rein myself in. Or when I meet with Nick, my critique partner, I'm always like, "We can do this and this and this," and she's like, "I think I should just finish the book." And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, you're right. I should finish the book." And then every week I'm distracting us with going, "Oh, we could also do this." So
Mhm.
it's just so much more to being an author than just writing the books.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. What do you guys feel? What's your level of comfort with marketing? What kind of marketing have you done so far in terms of building your online brands, and what do you want to do?
Gemma's probably the first one to
Well,
go with her books.
Yeah.
sorry, what did you say, AJ? I
I
talked
said
over
you're
the
probably
top
the
as
best one to go first because you've got books.
oh yeah. So yeah, mine are traditionally published. But I have had to do a little bit of promotion and so on, and I find it's really tricky. I think Ness, you and I need to have a chat. I'm actually a marketing professor, so
Yeah.
I've got the skills. It's just more about having that confidence to go out and to trial new things and to find out from authors, particularly in the indie space, what actually works. I think that's really interesting, what's working in terms of, because I know that when I first started, paid ads seemed to be working really
Yeah.
well, but now it seems to be a lot more organic
Yeah. I think it's
in
heading
terms of
back
that
that way.
personal interaction. Mm.
Yeah. I think particularly with AI now, there's sort of a move back towards authenticity and community. It's really the two things that AI can't do.
Yeah.
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 Um, and it's what people want. They want that connection. And I know that from when I used to write really long emails before I started writing on this book. I couldn't do both. But I do want to get back to that because there's a lot of people out there that really are looking for that connection and that company. And they really want to hear from us.
Like newsletters, Ava?
Yeah,
Yeah.
newsletters. I would like to sort of follow a little bit of what Tonya does in terms of doing
Yeah.
some Zoom chats and things like that in the future. But she's on another level, so she's good to observe. You've got to start small and build your way up. She's been doing this for 10 or 15 years, so start small
Well,
and grow.
Rachel Johns is another one that does that
Yeah, she's
audience
great.
interaction. I often see her saying, what should I name this cafe, or what should I do
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
Um, or give me an example of when you had a fight with your sibling. What was it about? And
Yeah,
those sorts
yeah,
of
Yeah.
things. So yeah.
yeah. It's always good but to have things that people can relate to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it was funny. Our old dog was very naughty, and the dog in my Marigold series is kind of loosely based on her. And I have this scene in book one where Marigold sort of ties him up to keep him so he doesn't go into a room, and then as she's walking away, she's like keeps turning around and walking backwards to make sure that he's like not going to escape. And I sort of wrote this not sort of realizing how authentic it was, because that's literally what I used to have to do with our dog if I ever had to put her anywhere. That's what would happen. But the number of emails I got from people saying, oh, I just really connected with that. I do the same thing with my dog. I just love when that sort of connection happens where people can see something in your writing that resonates with them, or that they can identify with it, and it just makes you feel like you've got something in common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, I'm not published yet, so I've got a newsletter that I've just started, but I've just read the changes that are happening with Gmail in relation to newsletters.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, they're going to start not putting through newsletters that aren't consistent, and consistency is going to be much more important than
Okay.
anything else. So and they're saying what people are saying at the moment in the know is that you have to be at least monthly. Any more than that, and it won't see it as being consistent enough. And so all of the subscribers who have a Gmail account won't receive the newsletter. It'll get booted by Gmail. So I'm having to rethink, because I was doing a once every 2 month newsletter,
Yeah.
and doing it monthly on the way I was doing my current newsletter won't be sustainable, because I was doing a 5-minute mystery with each,
Yeah.
but I can't do that on a much more regular basis. So I'm currently trying to work out my new approach so I can do a newsletter that is more regular, but that isn't going to be overloading.
Yeah. So I have a weekly newsletter, but it is I set it up 6 months in advance. It's basically my stay connected newsletter. It doesn't really have anything personal in it. But I can write a personal newsletter if I have the time, but then it just sort of takes that load off knowing that I've got something going out on a consistent basis. And it's sort of just a little bit about here's something about me, here's some fun facts about the 1920s, and here's what's coming next. And then I just put that every week, like 5 fun facts. And that still gets really good open rates. And, it's just keeping things ticking over while I'm writing the book. And then once the book's launched, then I can go back to writing more sort of personal newsletters. So, I think there's like different ways you can do it, but it's hard, isn't it? Like it feels like everything's just getting harder. Like Amazon's harder, Facebook is harder, now Gmail's making things harder. Yeah, it's a tough gig. Lucky we love it.
I know, right? We don't do it for the money, that's for sure.
Oh dear. And Jo, you've just got back into writing recently.
Yeah. So, I mean, this, this fun thing that we do sort of once a week is how I'm sort of putting myself out there for the moment. But I have plans to do a website and that kind of thing. So 10 years ago, like I sort of had a much more of a setup, but I was writing something different. So I was writing young adult, and I had like a website and things connected with that. So it is really just rebuilding myself from scratch, but also just leaning back into it's that whole thing, like the writing is the most important thing. So have to get the words on the page. And also I want to go to I'm going to go to the Romance Writers of Australia conference in August. So trying to get everything finished and ready, like a website, and also have the book done by that time. So
no, it's good. And you've got your Instagram too. You post there fairly regularly.
I do. Just all about me, food, my 2 whippets, and whatever mischief they're getting up to, and books that I enjoy reading. So
every time I see one of your posts, I'm like motivated to post something myself. Usually with my puppy.
Absolutely. Oh, I love it so much.
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah. She is very cute. I think I'm gonna write her in as a character to the next series that I have. So that'll be a nice little crossover as well.
Yeah.
Oh dear. All righty. Now look, we were going to just do one writing sprint this morning, but then I only set the timer for 15 minutes. So do we want to do a second one, or do we want to keep chatting?
I will probably, unfortunately, need to go because of another commitment. So I have to actually head out in 10 minutes,
Okay.
15 minutes. So I won't be able to do it, but I can depart from the room and leave you ladies to do another one.
What do you guys want to do? I'm happy to keep chatting if you just want to keep chatting.
Yeah, sure. I don't mind.
For another 2 minutes?
I'm happy to keep chatting because I also have to go in about sort of 10.
Okay, cool.
10 minutes or
so maybe we can sort of talk about then the things that how we're learning about marketing. Like, is there any particular podcasts or YouTube channels or books or forums or Facebook groups that you're in that are helping you to learn about that? I know you're the expert, Gemma. We should probably just interview you.
I think I think watching other authors, how they're doing it, and just seeing some of the creative ideas. Authors are creative people. Totally. So I don't think there's any structured approach, but some marketing 101. I think a lot of people know about the 4 Ps or they've heard about them, but the 4 Ps are product. So what is your product? And in that case, that would be both your book and also yourself. Pricing, obviously that, but that pricing also is the cost. So the cost of the time to read the book and to engage with the author and all of that as well. We've got promotion, obviously, and that's what we're talking about right now. And then we've got the distribution as well. Where can I buy your books? Where can I engage with the author? All of those sorts of things are all part of the marketing mix that we talk about. But the other thing that's really important in marketing these days is value, customer value. So when we talk about value, that is the interaction. So feeling like you know the author. I know that for myself, I have a few authors that are just must reads, must buys, and probably more than a few, let's be honest. And, they're the ones that either absolutely you love their book or you have some kind of loyalty to them because you've engaged with them and you hopefully love their books too. But it's that kind of engagement and that loyalty that keeps you actually buying their books often. That's where the social media, the organic stuff really comes in.
Yeah. I know AJ and I have talked a little bit about Amanda M. Lee and how she does very little social media, but she has a lot of books because she writes really, really fast. But she's got this great way of writing things into her books that then readers want to talk about. So she's sort of got this running joke through her Witches of the Midwest series about bacon. And so her own readers will then post lots of bacon memes and jokes and see things about bacon that they start sharing. And so I love when that happens, when there's something that's that the readers start to associate with the book and then they want to tell the author about it and share it.
It's a form of connection too, right?
Yeah.
I think the hardest thing with social media and when you're trying to work out, what's going to work for you isn't just that, but it sort of sometimes feels like that you're shouting into a void because there's just so many voices out there, and there's nothing to say that what you're doing, it's not gaining traction because it's not worth looking at. It's just that there's so many other voices out there that getting that ball rolling just seems so daunting at the start.
Yeah. On earlier in the week, I was having a catch up with my critique partner Nick, and in a cafe, and AJ actually came in, and we were having a bit of a chat about this, and we were just talking about how it is getting harder to be able to make any inroads. Nick is like wonderful on Instagram, like she makes these incredible posts and I'm always just like flabbergasted that they don't get more views because they're fantastic and she's doing everything right. She's using all the right hashtags, they're on trend, but it's just really hard. And to sort of talk about maybe that something like Patreon or your website is a place to put this bonus content, and then maybe the social is the place that you promote it. You try and build that sort of sense of community to say, oh, today I posted this on this, pop over to my website to read this extra story or to see this new character art, like to try and sort of drum up business through social rather than being the place where you provide it. So we're going to have both when we finish our books. That's what we're going to have a look at. We've got to stay focused on writing the books. So, and like, this is the hard thing, isn't it? Like, how do you keep writing the books but also do the marketing? It's
clone yourself, I think is
yeah.
And I think when you talk to a lot of authors, they're doing like only about a third, if that, of their time is on writing.
Yeah.
Because often they are promoting, they are engaging with their audience, they're traveling on book launches and various things, and they're promoting the book that they wrote 3 books ago or something. They've got to know that character. The next one's already in development and they're currently writing the next one. And so their brain is like all over the place with characters, with places and so on, because they're trying to talk about this book, but they're actually working on that book. And I find that really fascinating.
Yeah. And I think that's why setting up my newsletter in advance has helped me. Because it just takes off that panic of I'm not doing anything, because I am doing something. It might only be the minimal viable thing to do, but it's still nothing. It's still not nothing. And so it just helps that every time I think I should be doing more, I go, well, I'm doing a little bit, and then I'm going to write this book, and then I can do a bit more. So I just find that helps me a little bit.
So when you say you do it 6 months in advance, are you saying every week you're writing it, or you write like a chunk of them all at once?
I write them all at once, and then I schedule them all out so that it's like just remove that load. because I
Yeah.
know my list is active.
I
But
used to do that with my
yeah,
blog. I used to have 3 posts a week, and I would do it months ahead as well. But the trouble is that blogs have kind of
yeah,
disappeared by the wayside.
yeah,
So that's not something that's worth not putting the effort or time into anymore. And I have the blog still there, but it's just occasional, very occasional
yeah,
posts that
yeah,
I'll put something there. So
yeah. The very best thing I think
that's
always to do is just to watch what the romance authors are doing.
mm,
Like romance authors are so far ahead in the marketing game,
mhm.
always. Like
Yeah,
if you can get into
absolutely.
Facebook groups with romance writing Facebook groups where there's particularly where there's indie romance authors, you will learn so much, get so many ideas. Then you can apply it to any genre, but they are the smartest cookies in publishing, especially when it comes to
Subs
marketing.
Yeah, Substack is sort of
Yeah,
the new blogging
Mhm.
node for authors, isn't it?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
people are using Substack. I haven't used it. Have any of you?
No, I follow a couple of authors on Substack. I really like one. I can't think what it's called. I'll put it in the co- the notes to the video, but it's I think it's set in England, and she works in a bookshop, and she writes just on Fridays about all the people that come into the bookshop and what books they buy. And it's just lovely because sort of week to week, it's become like a small town. Like you get the regulars coming in, and then or you'll remember that 3 weeks ago John came in because he wanted to pre-order this book, and then the pre-order comes in, and John comes in to get it, and they have a chat, and it's a really just lovely Substack just to follow once a week, just to read, and then you feel like you start to get to know the characters, even though they're real people.
Mm.
So yeah,
Yeah,
lots of
so
great
AJ,
people.
if blogging's your thing, check out
Mm.
Substack because it's getting a lot of readers. A lot of people are following
Okay,
people.
I'll have a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never even looked at it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
very, very similar to blogging days.
Yeah.
But it does sort of worry me a little bit also in the indie space because not so much the blogging side of things, but the selling direct. So having your own store is sort of now something that's really being pushed a lot amongst indie authors, and it just sort of concerns me because I was a blogger back in the day when blogging was first just about blogging, and then it became about sponsorship deals and sponsored posts, and then it became about creating your own product and selling your own product, and then people moved into off digital into physical products and had warehouses and were selling planners and clothes and lots of different things, and then they were blogging less because they were running a business, and then they got burned out in the business, and then it all ends. And I just would hate to see that happen to authors. I just think you just can't do everything. And you either have to be able to have a team to help you, or you just got to focus on the things that bring you the most joy.
Yeah.
And try and get over the FOMO, because FOMO is a very hard part to get over. But yeah, when I think I should be doing more, I just try and remember that I didn't I didn't start writing to run a bookshop. I love bookshops, but I don't want to run one.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend my life at the post office posting people books.
Yeah.
So
Same.
yeah, yeah.
I will say there's one on Substack. There's one particular sort of blog that I follow, and I think we all know Abra Pressler.
Oh yeah,
Like she
yeah,
has one I'm obsessed by, and it is the cutest. It's so funny and warm and entertaining, and I mean I've read some of her books as well, and I
yeah.
mean they're just the same in that respect, but it's heaps of fun.
Oh, I'm
So.
excited to hear that. So I will definitely be heading over there after this to check that out.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Jo.
Yeah. All right. Any other recommendations before we sign off?
Can't think of any.
No.
No, all good.
But for those following along, just keep writing. Use our
Absolutely.
sprints to follow along so that you
Yep.
don't feel like you're lonely if you're wanting to do a sprint. It's
Yeah.
great. I
Yeah.
think it's a really great way.
We'll be back next week with some additional sprints. We're all just a little bit pressed for time today, but it's been good just to have a chat to just
It
to
has.
find out a little bit more and share some ideas in addition to the writing. So thank you very much for joining me
Thank
today. Do you just want to quickly give yourselves a shout out for where people can find you? AJ?
Gemma
Okay.
Johns. I'm on Instagram and sorry, did I'm seeing mine come up
I know,
first. So,
and I think I've got the opposite to you.
yeah.
All right, we start with
I'm
Gemma.
I'm on Instagram as Gemma Johns author, and all my books are on Amazon. Over to AJ.
Yeah, so you can see on my name on the screen, ajblythe.com for my website. I'm on Instagram as Aussie Cozy, and you can sign up for my newsletter through my website. And Jo.
Oh, thanks for that, AJ. Yep, I'm on Instagram as Jo McAlister author. And yeah, over to Ness.
And I am avanessauthor.com and puppy on Instagram, Avaness Books. All righty, see you next week. Thanks all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.